What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Empire Jeff back with another episode on Empire Jeff TV. And today we're hitting you with a little pre-recorded action. Me and my brother Dan, the Lakers fan, did our episode of Lakers Kingdom Weekly Edition over on the PSF app. If you have not done so already, please head on over to your App Store, your Google Play Store, and download the PSF app. Go on in there and join the Lakers chat where you can find Dan and I live streaming games, doing our weekly shows. And, just go over there and catch some good basketball talk. But today we had our inaugural Lakers Kingdom weekly show over there on PSF. We broke down some of the Lakers struggles. Look forward to the Lakers game tonight against the Miami Heat. Talked about the Clippers debut with James Harden in the Garden in New York and how we think that's going to go. So go and, go and check out this video here and the recording really, and just let us know what you think about it in the comment section. And head on over to PSF, sign up over there to see us our weekly show and see us call the games live over there. So without any further ado, here is episode 1, week 1 of Lakers Kingdom on the PSF app.
There he is. It's his empire. We just living in it.
Nah.
EmpireJeff.
What's going on?
Yes,
I'm trying to get this new.
Man.
Give me a second here. Gotta work with this.
Oh, he said new. Oh,
no, I'm just trying to stay out the living room where the puppy can cause havoc. So he's still gonna cause havoc, but trying to get it back around my normal setup here, man. You know what I mean? So.
Oh man.
Kind of just got some duct tape and threw it together here, and I think it'll work here. So
nice, brother. Hey, here we are, man. Another game, another day, another week. And we're still on the road for the next 3 games or so.
Yeah.
I think it's a 4-game road trip we're on.
Yeah.
And so we got the Heat tonight, and it's gonna be interesting because we know how Miami is coming in. It looks like Jimmy Butler is playing tonight, right? Mm-hmm. He was questionable coming in. He's been upgrading. He's been upgraded per usual, right? That's usually what happens with the Lakers. And so we have to figure out a way to beat this team, man. And I actually think this team's going to be a little bit tougher than Orlando because as good as Orlando has been this season, they're still young and wet between the ears, right? So Pat Riley led team. They were just in the finals. Haven't checked the update yet if Gabe Vincent's going to be available. I don't think he is, right?
I don't believe so.
I think he's been
I think he's out for at least another week. So
yeah. So, and then we just lost Jackson Hayes, one of your favorite guys, man.
I know.
So he's gonna be out.
Man,
that's tough.
No more 3 big lineup, huh?
No more. I'll settle for a 2 big man lineup. I'll settle for that.
Yeah.
But what are your keys to tonight's matchup, Jeff?
Keys to tonight's matchup. Go back, watch the Orlando game, and do everything the opposite of what you did in that game, and you should probably be in better shape. But outside of that, look, Miami is not. Miami is weird because it's hard to game plan for them because they're a different team almost every year, and this is early in the season here, and out the gate they are not defending well, but they're shooting the lights out from 3. Losing Gabe Vincent, losing Max Strus, but Tyler Hero's on an absolute heater, and Jimmy Neutron out there. Duncan Robinson is hitting shots. So, Jimmy Butler Miami Heat always seems to get up for like the big name games. LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Lakers across the chest. So he's going to bring it tonight. And the Lakers, I look at what a team like Orlando did to us, a team that's not great at shooting threes. So a team that's coming in just on fire from 3 like the Miami Heat, that's scary, and that's a problem. So they've got to figure that out. They've got to do better at guarding those threes. They're not terrible when you look at the numbers, but teams just go on waves where they have like a stretch of like 7 minutes where they just don't miss. The numbers even out, but by that time, the game is out of hand. So tonight, Dan, as usual, limit second chance points, get back on defense, make your free throws, don't shoot too many threes because you're the best team at the rim in the league, and just get back to playing Laker basketball. Stop trying to play, I don't want to say down to the competition because it's not like the teams are bad, but stop playing that team style of play and play your style of play.
Absolutely. And Vincent here says, I hope we'll not be talking food again. Well, we're not live streaming this one, man. We are just breaking down the game here before the game. But yeah, and the thing is, moving forward, right? We need our backcourt to be better if they're going to be starting together, right? It's both defensively and offensively more efficiency. Again, D'Angelo Russell didn't have a great game last game after dominating the previous two. So, who do you think we need more to step up? Obviously, we need both. But who do you think will be key here between Austin Reeves and D'Angelo Russell tonight?
See, we're playing Miami. Man, we need them both, man. But if I had to say one or the other, it seems like we've been able to win even with Austin not being great, but D'Lo being really, really good. So I think D'Lo was such a key. Like I said, I've always figured that and trusted Austin to figure it out. It'd take a little time. He didn't have a terrible game offensively last game. It just we're getting killed on defense with both of them out there together. So as far as who's stepping up, Austin needs to step up on defense. He has to. The haters are calling him out. People are calling him out. I'm sure his coaching staff is talking to him about it. It's a narrative. He has to put an end to that narrative. Austin competes on defense. It just doesn't always work out. So he's got to figure a way to try to stay in front of guys, keep them from getting to their spots, and just make them work harder. So I think his defense, Austin's defense, is going to remain key for the Lakers if he's going to remain in the starting lineup, which if he's going to continue, if that starting backcourt is going to continue to defend the way they have, I just don't see how they can continue with that as a starting lineup. So we might be looking towards the end of that lineup if they can't start games off better at all. So the key is going to be Austin's defense, man, to be honest with you.
Man, it's going to be crazy. And real quick, want to shout out LOE and LA Sports Live. It looks like they're going to be covering, I'm not sure if it's their first game here. I think it is. Major shout out to the fellas, man. That's awesome, man. I'm excited. I'll be sliding in and out of that.
Yeah, me too. Shout out to the brothers, man. These have been in great work.
Everybody tuning in. It's always good to see good people win, man. It's good to see good people win.
Absolutely.
But yeah, you're absolutely right, bro. D'Lo has been impactful for the most part, right? And the thing about him is he's two different players, man. When he looks comfortable, right, and they're not pressuring him defensively, or even when they are, and he's able to slip, off of the screen and rolls and do his thing, the little free throw line extended jump shot, or even get down the lane and just finish with his little finesse layups, or get guys involved or knock it down from beyond the arc. Whatever he's doing, he seems to be a huge part of what this team can be moving forward. And it's almost like, okay, when he shows up, we have a great chance of winning. Great chance, right? Because we know LeBron and AD are going to put up the numbers, but we always need that third option, whether it's Reeves, whether it's Rui when healthy, or whether it's D'Angelo Russell. It seems like those are the core players moving forward. What's up, Serge? Good to see you in the chat, buddy.
What's going on, Serge?
Yeah, and so obviously Miami, very disciplined team. They play extremely hard. The Spoelstra system, and great coach. Major respect for that team. But tonight, I think in order to beat them, to smack them around a little bit, we're going to need LeBron and AD to impose their will early on. Don't you agree? They have to come out of the gates in order to prevent those first quarter lapses, because they look phenomenal most of the time in the second half. I've even read some comments of people saying we're a second half team. But that's just not the fact. We're just a lazy team who thinks they can turn it on whatever, and we can't. Yeah. Right? So we got to do what we do, man.
Yeah, the Lakers got to stop thinking they're a team that can flip the switch. We have no switch. We don't have one. So stop trying to flip it. And I agree with you. Now, AD, if you look at their averages for AD and Bron, if you're an outsider looking and you're a casual basketball fan and you happen to glaze over those stats, you would think, oh my God, the rest of this team is trash. Get them some help. The problem is that they need to start these games out. So it's like AD can't be sitting here trading buckets when you're down 20, down 15. Because, yeah, you're filling your stat sheet, but who are you? Russell Westbrook or are you Anthony Davis? Tell me, because I don't know at this point. Because out here chasing stats, or are you out here making loud buckets, loud rebounds? And for people to know the difference between that, you're going to be hearing me say that all year. When I was coaching, I was always stressing the point of loud buckets, loud rebounds, loud assists, loud plays. There's nothing more quiet than filling up a stat sheet when you're down 15, down 17, when you're trading baskets. There's nothing loud about that. Those are quiet points, non-impactful points. And if you look at the box score, it looks like you played great. That's cool. But people who know the game will be like, what is this dude doing? Where are these buckets out the gate? You need to start the game, Anthony Davis, like you're Shaquille O'Neal. You need to start the game, LeBron James, like you're Kobe Bryant. You take people's hearts early and often in these games, and instead of playing catch up, you take the will of these teams and you make them give up. So you have 2 first ballot Hall of Famers on this team, but you're giving G League effort to start the games. That's inexcusable. So if you get off top, you start these games off the jump, and you get up by 10 instead of being down by 10, that's it right there. So if they can figure out a way to get AD more involved, it's kind of one of the reasons why I didn't want Christian Wood in the starting lineup because I was scared of this version of Anthony Davis. But if we're getting this version of AD to start anyways, then at this point, put Wood in. So because like what I was afraid of happening if Wood started is happening when he's not starting anyways. So they just need to start better. That's pretty much it right there. If they start better, they will end better. And that's just how I see it.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo. He said, put Wood in. Put Wood in.
Insert the Wood. Insert the Wood, Ham. Insert the Wood into the competition, man. Make them feel you, Wood.
Yep.
Man.
Absolutely. What up, Reg Dog? Hey, Reg Dog tapping in for
What's going on, my brother, Reg Dog?
Welcome, bro. Welcome. And by the way, if you guys are just tapping in, make sure to tap in with our guy LOE and Lakers Sports Live. They're gonna be covering the live stream today. So we are a team. We support each other, man. Much love to those guys making their debut. So that'll be fun.
Absolutely.
I'll be tapping in for sure. So, all right. So here's the thing, right? Miami ranks 18 in NBA offensive rebounds, 10.2 per game. 10.2 per game. And to add to your point, and what I've been always saying, man, start Christian Wood. Tonight will be a great night to do it. Tonight will be a great night to do it because we need another big body in there. We know Bam Adebayo. He plays like his name, man. He's like, bam, he just pops up. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And so let's make sure that we are available and ready because 10.2 per game is going to be – they're going to be wreaking havoc on us if we're not prepared. We come out here lethargic.
Yeah.
Nah, bro. We can't have it.
Yeah, so they're 10.2, and we're really bad at ours. So the thing is, you have teams that are subpar at offensive rebounding, but against us, they seem to just get it, which is weird because if you look at our defensive rebounding numbers, I think we're top 10. So it's really weird the way those line up, right? So this is one of those things where you look at stats and then the eye test in conjunction. You got to use them together because if you just looked at the stat sheet, you would think that the Lakers are a dominant defensive rebounding team. At the end of the game, when they total up, it looks that way. But there are stretches during the game, 2 whole quarters, where they can't rebound anything. And then teams get their scrubs in there in the fourth quarter, and they start missing everything, and we start gobbling up those rebounds, and it pulls our averages better. But during the regular play of the game, it's not happening. So the eye test will tell you that. You got to look at a team like Miami that's 18th in offensive rebounds. They need to come out of this game 22nd. Because if they come out of this game 15th, then that means that they leaped over 3 other teams and had a great game against us. So this would be a game where the Lakers should be able to use Miami. Like they got Thomas Bryant over there. They got Kevin Love over there. They got Bam Adebayo over there. And Thomas Bryant definitely wants to show the Lakers what they were missing on out by not playing him, right? So he's going to have some vengeance to come out there and try to show them some numbers. Kevin Love is a vet who can get rebounds. And then Bam, like you said, Bam. And Jimmy gets rebounds too. So the Lakers need to impose their will with their height. Again, and we're going to talk about this early and often, stop trying to do what the other team does best. If Miami's shooting great threes, do not get out there and try to shoot all the threes in the world to keep up with them. Get in there, get in the paint where you were best in the league at the rim, fill it up, and when they miss threes, you get 2s and it will offset. Hit your free throws, man. God, it's driving me nuts.
Yep. Hell yeah. And also take care of the basketball because the Lakers went into Orlando, right? One of the better turnover ratios in the NBA, averaging 14 per contest. I would say 13 or less is my key mark. 14 is okay. It's tied for 7th fewest in the league. Mm-hmm. So that changed against the Magic, however, right? So we combined for 17, and that was pretty bad. 17 is almost like you're asking for, so you're asking for a disaster to happen. And it's like we were sleepwalking. So again, Lakers got to play more discipline. They got to come out here with their head down, run some offensive sets, make sure they're executing the half-court sets. Otherwise, teams get out in transition, one of our weaknesses. Also got to defend the pick and roll because, man, those pick and roll, pick and pop plays have been cooking us all season long. And as a lot of different, but again, my major concern here is the offensive rebound, giving up too many. Lakers are giving up 11.3 per game, which is 20th in the NBA. So we're only better than 10 teams at getting defensive rebounds. That's not good, right? So
it jumped a lot over the last 2 games. So yeah, my bad.
Yeah, we have to make it a key, point of emphasis moving forward, right? And they shouldn't be like that because AD is a premier rebounder in this league. He's averaging 13. So then you start looking, okay, what's missing here? How about somebody back AD up, whether it's Jackson Hayes or Christian Wood? I don't care. Just do it, like Nike. Just do it, baby. So, but how you feeling, man? How you feeling today? You feeling a good W coming on today? How you feeling?
I've given up trying to predict. They need to show me. I would love to see a lineup. I would love to see a lineup change that doesn't appear to be happening. Well, we don't know. Sometimes we didn't know. So a couple of them until the tip off that it happened. But I don't know. I really don't know. This team hasn't given me any type of consistency other than they're going to start the game terrible. Some games they'll come back. Some games they won't. And if the script holds true, they're going to get down early and lose on the road. And then if this game was at home, it would improve their chances at winnings. But there's a road trip. They got to figure this out now. And you don't want to end up like the Golden State Warriors of last year who just could not win on the road. They could not win on the road. Ended up with the lower seed, which the Lakers also did. But the Lakers had to play on the road in every round. So if you continue to lose these games on the road and lose these games early in the season, Dan, you know these games matter just as much now.
Your audio's kind of messing up. I don't know why it sounded robotic. I don't know if it's just mine. Or did it say something?
Yeah,
there you go.
Okay. Yeah, it might be. Yeah. So, what was I saying? They have to get on a winning streak on the road, and you know of all people that these wins now count as much as they do in April, right? So you don't want to be sitting here playing, looking at the standings in April, and you're 3 games back of a home court advantage when you could have been having that seed if you just started the season better and took these games more seriously. So you touched on another good, again, this is going to be me and Dan are going to be talking about this often. The defensive rebounds, the offensive rebounds, and not just the turnovers. Dan's like me. To me, if you're in that 12, 13 spot with turnovers, you're premier in the league, and that's great. So the thing that people also got to realize is not only is it the turnovers we get. So we had 17 turnovers against Orlando. And then what are those points off of turnovers that Orlando got on us, and also the and ones, because we're really bad at giving up those and ones. So you turn the ball over, they get back. You're not great at shooting the three, so it's long shots, long rebounds. You're not great at transition defense. You're not great at stopping their second chance points, and then they get out and run, and off your turnovers, and you're getting and one. So these are just free buckets after free buckets after free buckets, and they got you playing their style of play, which is a disadvantage to us. So when it comes to me asking what do I think is going to happen? I have no effing clue. I have no idea, because right now I feel like watching this team, I don't know if we have a real feel for who they are other than a team that gets down early and often. We need all their guys back. Once we have all the guys back, and I hate to use excuses because the teams we've been playing have had guys missing too, but you just can't have a true identity without your identity, right? We don't know what they are because they haven't had guys in uniform. So it's really hard to know what's coming next, other than I expect Miami to play hard. I expect the Lakers, at sometimes to continue to be stupid, and they need to get their minds right and figure some stuff out. But what I do expect, we've got Eric Spoelstra versus Darvin Ham. Make your own conclusion from that. So,
oh man, you setting us up for failure there, Jeff, because that's night and day right there.
Yep.
Now, all right. So my expectation for this game is, I hope that we learn from the last game, which means, you better wake your punk ass up. It's an early game. And we struggle in early games. However, they should have been super embarrassed about their play in Orlando. They should come out motivated with something to prove and ready. And if they do that, we'll be all right. We will win tonight's game if they do that. However, this could easily go south. Lakers start feeling sorry for themselves because of all the injuries. They start, they get off to a slow start. They start hanging their head. It'll be over before we can blink. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Shout out to my guy, Curly Chris, in the chat, man. My
Graphic God. What's up, Chris? Yes. Let me see if this works on this. Let me see if this works on it. There we go. What's up, Graphic God, Chris, man? Shout out our Graphic God. Introduce the air horn to PSF. There we go.
We miss you, man. We missed you on Around the League, so hopefully we'll have him back soon when he's ready. But yeah, we're gonna have a phenomenal episode this Thursday, I think. Hopefully it'll be accompanied with a couple Laker wins. All right, really quick, want to flip the script a little bit. The game is changing, Jeff, because there's a new list of big men out here, man, and they're doing phenomenal things. I'm talking about Chet Holmgren and Victor Wembanyama. All right, now check this out. Chet has 13 threes on the season and 14 blocks. Victor Wembanyama has 10 threes on the season and 14 blocks. These bigs are now becoming stretch 3-and-D bigs, man. It's crazy. I never thought I'd see it. They're both over 7 feet tall, and they both got a feathery, soft touch around the basket and beyond the arc, and they can protect the rim. It's a new era, man. You like it? You love it? You hate it? How you feel about it?
I love anyone shooting the three if they can make them. Obviously, I like the fundamental basketball. Right. I do like big men to have a skill, but at the same time, like we got two of those too. You know what I mean? So it's like the game is changing. AD is a capable shooter from there. He just doesn't shoot it volume wise, and we got Christian Wood. So it's like I like it. You know what I mean? Because when you think about it, you think about the other top guys in this league, right? If you're a big man and you're playing on LeBron James' team, and you're clogging up the middle, you're probably not going to be there long because LeBron needs, to get into the middle. If you're playing with Giannis, same thing, right? So I think the evolution of the game, when you get some of these guys coming in, the up and comers, the Zion Williamsons, the Anthony Edwards, etc., right? When you start looking around these, I think this is kind of a new wave, but I like it because the reason I like it, you hit it right on the head as usual, man. Shout out to the GOAT, man. He's always ahead with this shit. You hit it on the head. It's not just a big shooting the three. It's a big playing defense. It's a 3-and-D big. So, AD AD just leads the entire world in civilization when it comes to stocks, which is steals and blocks, right? So now you're going to have a whole different combination. Call them throcks, right? Because 3-point shooting and blocks between these dudes. So it's a whole different stat category that I think you'll see. I just made that term up. I don't know what they're actually going to call it, but it's going to be something, right? So I think that's exactly what it is. And these guys, I think OKC a couple years from now will be contending for a title because of the addition of Chet, because of SGA, and because they know how to run an organization. And the Spurs, being as a Laker fan, it doesn't take any. I don't get any pleasure saying this, but they are going to be a problem for the next. I would say they've given 2 years, and then probably for a good 8 years after that. Depending. They got a good young core because of a big that can stretch the floor. He can guard you as he bulks up and his body matures. He'll be able to guard your best player, and that's scary, man. That is absolutely scary because you cannot guard him. I'm assuming within 2 years, you're not going to be able to guard him anywhere in the court. Anywhere. He's going to post you up. He's going to take you out behind the 3-point line. He's going to hit his free throws. He can put the ball on the floor. He can pass. And Chet can do a lot of that stuff too. So it's going to be a matchup nightmare. You're going to have to wait 5-6 years for some other of these type players to be coming in bulk because they're going to change the game, right? You're going to see all these big guys starting to pick up the rock and start shooting threes. And they were doing it already, but now it's the whole put it on the floor. They're going to be trying to be KD-ish in a big's body. You know what I mean? And then when that happens, like that's truly going to change again. But I'm here for it. I like it as long as they're playing defense, as long as they're doing what bigs are supposed to do on the defensive end. If you're playing defense, if you're getting rebounds, you're getting the ball out in transition to your point guards, I like it. But if they're just shooting threes and giving you nothing else, I don't like it. But these guys don't do that. They're doing it right.
I you know what? That's great, man. I absolutely agree. Here's the thing. I feel like the game has changed because the NBA has allowed it to change. Mm-hmm. Like, it's really hard to play defense nowadays without getting a ticky-tack call. Mm-hmm. Therefore, you got all these skilled players developing their skill even to the next level, right? Because Wemby, if he would have came 15 years ago when we had some real dominant big man down low and was actually punishing folks for trying to, finesse me around the basket, I think he's a 15-point per game career scorer, which is still good, but it's not as good. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to have their way with him unless he throws on some muscle, and that might throw off the whole scale and everything. The way the league is now is like, bro, you can't touch them. They're treating these guys like feathers. You know what I'm saying? Like, you cannot touch them. So you could be a slim reaper like Kevin Durant, or you could be like Brandon Ingram, or even like Wembanyama. They don't got to add weight. They just got to keep developing their game, because guess what? The officials are going to reward you for putting the ball on the floor and flopping. The officials are going to reward you for fading away and flopping. If you fall down and there was a shoe a meter away from you, it's probably a flagrant. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, the league has changed, but I don't want to take away from the players. It's also funner to watch because of the offensive game. It is. Yeah, you would never see a 7'6" guy out here fading away off of 1 foot runners because the coach would have smacked him upside the head. Especially Popovich. I think Popovich has got a soft spot for these kids now, because back then he was, probably choke slamming them in the locker room. They're putting up the shots that Wemby has been putting up, but he can make them, So because he can make them, and because the game is more catered towards offense, that's just the way it crumbles sometimes. But again, there's pros and there's cons. If you're a fan of defense like me and you probably, then
love defense.
We got to take a backseat, right, to all of this. But if you're a fan of offense, man, you are riding shotgun right now. You are excited and you're just having a ball, right? But I do love Wemby. He's become quickly one of my favorite players, and he's just the eighth wonder of the world right now. He's crazy. Those blocks, when guys are shooting 3-pointers and they think they're wide open, and he reaches them in mid-flight, and he's just like, it just feels like, I call him the eclipse because he blocks everything, bro.
Face your fears. Face your fears. Face your fears.
Face your fears. Go get the merch, man. Yes, sir. Absolutely. But it's one of those things that I'm just like, wow, the game is changing tremendously, and it is fun to watch. Now, I got to ask you, Jeff, because tonight got another debut, all right? We got a flopper debuting for the flippers, right? Flip-floppers. You see what I did there? So pretty much, What do you think is going to happen there, man? Do they get the dub versus New York? Go New York, go New
New
York,
York,
go
go.
today. Today.
Yeah, I mean, New York has had a rough start offensively. Julius Randle's looking terrible.
Yeah.
Brunson, shout out to the late great Chick Hearn, because Brunson can throw a pea in the ocean right now. Like, his shots are not falling. You know what? The Clippers have had 4 days off since the Laker game. They're coming in. I think the Clippers get the win tonight. And I think New York has got to start figuring some stuff out. This is not I remember before the season I said I got New York going backwards this season.
Yep.
I still believe that. They need a trade. They need a trade like yesterday. And but outside of that, I think the Clippers are, when you always look at a team after a big trade is made or after a coach is fired, right? Because it feels like the Clippers are, that any team after that, they're usually coming out hyped up. They're ready. They want to prove that this was the right move. They want to prove, especially when a coach gets fired. They want to see, it wasn't us. It wasn't us. But when they get a new player, they want to work him in. They're usually out the gate very accommodating, trying to make sure that that they're comfortable, that they're doing what they need to do to make that player successful. Keep an eye on Russell Westbrook, though. Keep an eye. Let's see what the starting lineup is today. Is it all 4 of them starting? Is it Harden coming off the bench in his first game?
It is. Yeah, they mentioned the starting lineup. They said Russell Westbrook point guard, James Harden shooting guard.
Okay, I didn't see that. Cool.
3, 4, and then 5. Yeah, so they got them all.
So there's the starting. Now let's pay attention to the minutes, right? Let's pay attention. Who's the first one out? Out of those 4, who's the first one out the game? When they go out, who's the first one back? You got to pay attention to stuff like this when it comes to chemistry, because the players do. So if you all start 4 together, let's say Russ gets pulled out after 3 or 4 minutes, and Russ doesn't like long breaks on the bench. He likes to sub out and get back in quickly. He doesn't like long breaks. So we're going to see how that goes. If Russ is the first one out the lineup, and that means who's the Kawhi's the 4? Kawhi's playing the 4 then, right? So you got, it's going to have to be.
One of them is playing the 4 and then Zoo at the 5.
Yeah. So Kawhi going to be going up against a bull in a china shop in Julius Randle tonight. So and even look, Julius can go 0 for 25, but there's no word to say this without saying pause. But bumping up against him or grinding against him in the post from Kawhi when you got bad leverage issues with your knees, this is all bad. But it's it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. So I'm curious to see now with Kawhi guarding 4s, how that works for him on the offensive end. I still think Paul George is right now the best player on that team. The way he's been playing offense and defense. Kawhi has been great, but again, obviously against the Lakers he was killing. But he's had some moments where, especially when he couldn't even get a shot off freely against someone like Jordan Clarkson. So I'm going to see playing up against like a bully ball guy like Randle in his first game starting at the 4. That's going to be interesting. I do have the Clippers getting this win though, but I've got to see how the sub patterns go, because now Ty Lue's job is going to get
definitely body language as well.
The body language and all that. So Tibbs going to be ready though. Tibbs is going to come up with some type of defensive scheme to make these guys work. He's definitely going to try to hound them on the perimeter and Harden, but got to see how this looks. I have no idea how this is going to go, Dan. I got them getting this win tonight, but I have no idea how their season is going to go. I don't know which Harden we're going to get. I don't know which Russ we're going to get when his numbers have to be sacrificed, and we shall see. But I got him winning tonight.
Okay. My take on that game is, I think, you know what? Those 4, they're very potent offensively, right? The Clippers, I see Bones Highland on the bench. You see Norman Powell on the bench. Obviously, they got all the offensive potency. There's only one basketball still. Mm-hmm. And you still got to play defense, right? So we know that Paul George and Kawhi are going to play defense. Who else is going to show up defensively for them, right? And we know James Harden is not really a defender. Russell Westbrook is an overrated defender. He shoots the gap, tries to get a steal here and there, but he's not disciplined on ball. He's going to foul. He's going to make mistakes. So I love this for the Clippers, because I want them to fail miserably, and I think they just grabbed the foul merchant, or should I say the foul, because he's so foul to watch him play. Merchant, it's going to be interesting to see how, like you said, who takes the back seat, who is going to be moping when they hit the pine, when they don't finish the fourth quarter. That's my favorite. Who doesn't get to finish? Who's playing like shit? Is it Westbrook? Is it going to be Harden? Is it going to be Paul George? Who's going to take the back? Somebody's got to bite the bullet for this to work, right? And I don't think any of them want to. So I'm ready for fun. Like, this is the first Clipper game I'm going to see all season besides the one we played them. And I will be having my phone on the side as I watch the Laker game. In commercials, I'll be looking over to see if the Knicks, my second favorite team, can get the job done tonight and smoke these flippers, man. And I wanted to fail, but I have a feeling they're going to have a honeymoon period, like you said, where everything is good. Everybody's on their best behavior. You know what I'm saying? It's like It's like when you were in school and that substitute teacher came in, you know what I'm saying? And you kind of want to finesse the teacher. You want to act like you're a good student, but deep down inside, we know.
As soon as attendance is over, I'm coming, man. I'm coming. I'm gonna be outside the class. I was that guy. I was definitely that guy. I was outside every time the sun came.
I know all about it. Yeah, I know all about it, Jeff. But yeah, dude, it's gonna be fun tonight. As far as the Lakers go, I got us winning tonight. Hopefully, double digits. I mean, the Heat are struggling. They're 2-4, but again, they've been missing pieces last couple games, so that'll be intriguing. But hopefully, the Knicks can pull it off. I'm really rooting for the Knicks to win tonight.
Me too.
And it should be fun.
Working for both coasts tonight, both purple and gold, blue and orange. Come on, man. Because I said it'll be great if they lose this first game. It'll be great because I would love for Panic to like imagine if the honeymoon phase doesn't kick off early. That'd be incredible. That would be incredible. Like if it's just disaster out the gate, I'm like, oh my God, I'm here for it. I don't think it's gonna happen out the gate, but I would love to see it. I'm here for it.
Yeah, me
Sign
too,
me up
man.
for it. Sign me up twice.
Sign me up.
Cook the books, baby.
Man,
Cook the books. Cook the books.
It's gonna be like the Jerry Springer show by the end of the season, man. There's gonna be chairs flying everywhere in the locker room. So,
well, good thing Westbrook is throwing one of them because he ain't gonna hit nobody. So that's all right. Someone's safe as long as he's throwing it.
Listen, Westbrook's gonna be upside down in the locker room by the end of this season. I promise you that. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be hanging from the ceiling and shit, fangs all out and everything. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for us, guys. Thank you so much for tapping into Lakers Kingdom. Listen, me and Jeff are going to try to align our schedules and get this thing going at least once a week, right? I'm not sure if it'll be Monday yet or what day, but we'll keep you guys posted, man. Stay tuned for NBA / mainly Laker coverage here. And you guys know the ones and twos, man. Anything you got to say, Jeff? Go ahead, bro.
No, just again, great to do this first show. Sorry we haven't had a chance to really get these going. We're heavily involved in a bunch of other things, but like Dan said, we're going to try to lock this in. And we will go from there. But make sure to support the guys doing the live stream tonight. Support everyone who's doing like the Lakers channel. Let's help grow this channel. Like I said, it's one of the biggest ones. It's the biggest one NBA wise, and it's one of the biggest ones on the channel overall. So to continue to support the channel, continue to tell your friends, to tell a friend that it's PSF again, and Dan and Jeff are on here. So go ahead and make sure to get that out there. Watch the replay. Be active in the chat, and then we'll catch you guys soon. In the meantime, you can always catch me at EmpireJeff TV over on YouTube, on Twitter at EmpireJeff_. And honestly, wherever they talking basketball, if I'm out there, I'm coming for it. So don't worry about it. So just be on the lookout. You got Dan the GOAT everywhere as well. So like I said, just appreciate y'all. Let's continue to grow this channel.
Appreciate y'all. Major shout out to Chris, Search, and everybody who joined our chat today, man. Welcome to the family, y'all. It's been real. Lakers Kingdom out. Y'all have a great day. Go Lakers, baby.
Go Lakers.